I am really struggling right now. You start to question yourself and you start questioning your abilities, and you definitely start questioning your strength. And then I start questioning who I am and what I bring to the table and what I thought about my worth and my value. Maybe they're not true. I wanted to do this conversation because I feel as though I haven't been fully transparent with you all. In previous conversations, I've touched on a little bit about kind of the season that I'm in now, what's happened and transpired over this past year. I don't think that I've been fully transparent with you about what's going on and kind of where I'm at and the space that I'm in. So I kind of feel compelled to record this and to share this with you all. So the truth of the matter is that I am really struggling. I was laid off from my position almost a year ago now. And this is completely new territory for me. I've always had a job, I've always had income. So this is uncharted waters for me in a completely new space. And I'm trying to navigate it the best way I can. But I'm in a situation right now where I'm really struggling and coming to terms with the reality that I'm in right now. My job was eliminated and I was in a director level role and things happened. There was a reorganization that happened and my job was eliminated. And initially, I approached it positively. I looked at it as an opportunity for me to explore some areas of my life or areas of myself rather that I haven't explored up until this point. I've always wanted to be a business owner. And so I looked at it as an opportunity, almost like a fresh start where I now had the time and opportunity to pursue that avenue and those goals that I kind of had in the back of my head for many years. So I took some time off, decided to go down that road. I started 2 businesses, and for all of you who are in the entrepreneurial environment and you're business owners, I think you probably know how challenging that is, and especially for me, coming from a space where I've never operated in that type of environment before. So I'm learning as I'm going, and it's been challenging. While I'm starting up my businesses and trying to grow them, I still need to have some sort of steady income coming in or some sort of stability. And so while I took some time to devote to getting my businesses up and running, and I'm still working on growing those, I need to find sources of income to help me pay my bills. Started actively looking for employment probably January of this year. And it's been hard. So I think a lot of you probably know the job market right now is really tough. There are a lot of unemployed people. And I think it's just really tough with the new ways that people are reviewing resumes. A lot of it is AI driven. So you're lucky if your resume even gets to a human being, if it can pass the AI checks and check all the boxes. So I didn't think I would have this too difficult of a time getting something, but that's not the case. It's been very challenging, and I have been dealing with rejection after rejection after rejection. And I know that I'm not the only one going through this. You know, there are some people who have been unemployed for far longer than I have. And, I tip my hat off to them because this is really tough. I'm in a place right now where I have unemployment, and that has been helping me to a certain extent. But I'm in a position where my unemployment is going to be running out in a couple of weeks. And I am really nervous about that because I haven't been able to secure any other source of income. I'm nervous about what's going to happen once my unemployment runs out and I don't have any income coming in. I'm just really terrified of losing everything. And this whole process, and I'm sorry that I'm getting emotional, but I want to be real with you guys. This is really a struggle that I'm going through. And I've always been a a half glass full kind of gal, and I always look to see the positive in everything. But this has been really, really hard because it's something that I don't have control over. I feel like I'm waiting for other people to see my value and see the worth in me. And essentially, I'm waiting for someone to offer me a job, and knowing that that is in someone else's hands and I don't have control over the outcome, it's really terrifying, especially when you've worked so hard to get to where you're at. And things change in a blink of an eye. And it's something that I didn't have control over. I didn't ask to be laid off. I am a positive person overall. I do try to look at everything happens for a reason. And I do believe that everything happens for a reason. But while you're in it, it's very hard to see past that. And I've noticed that, if been watching and have been with me from the beginning, you'll know that I always end my conversations with my gentle reminder about hanging in there and keeping in mind that up to this point, your success rate has been 100% because you're still standing. So keep going. And I was thinking the other day that, wow, like even though that I say that to you guys, and I do mean it, I've noticed that I've had a hard time following it. And I try to catch myself. I try to be really self aware. And when I do have those thoughts, I do try to check myself and reel myself back in. But it's hard when you get lost in the reality of your situation. And it's hard to really believe it that everything's going to be okay. You start to question yourself and you start questioning your abilities. And you definitely start questioning your strength with every rejection that has come in for me. Start to question myself, wondering what I've done to deserve it, wondering why no one will hire me. And then I start questioning who I am and what I bring to the table. And if maybe I'm delusional, maybe what I thought I brought to the table or what I thought about my worth and my value, maybe they're not true. There have been so many days where I've just felt like giving up. But I keep going. I still keep applying, but it's hard. I truly don't know what I'm going to do when my unemployment runs out. I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in God. Um, and I do believe that God isn't going to give you anything more than you can handle. But this is really, really tough. And this is really, really testing me. And in previous conversations, I've talked about kind of searching within and also really exploring like who you are at the core. And because of this situation, I have been doing that a lot. And I find that I just end up kind of going down the rabbit hole and asking myself questions that I don't have answers to. And one of the other things I know that I talked about in a previous conversation was I felt like last year for me was a year of transition. I got laid off. I decided to pursue my businesses. I looked at it as opportunities. And this year has definitely been more of a transformation for me. It's felt very heavy. And I don't know if it's because something is ending and then something new is on the horizon, but everything has felt very, very heavy to me. And there have been times and there have been days where I haven't wanted I haven't wanted to get out of bed. There have been days where I've stayed in bed because I just couldn't shake the heavy feeling. And it's just really tough right now, guys. It just feels really heavy. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. What do you do in the meantime? While you're building, while you're growing, while you're learning? That's something that I've been asking myself a lot lately, especially knowing what's coming up in a couple of weeks. What other ways can I draw income? And this is the self critique part that comes in where I know that I've done all of these things. I've been in director roles. I have 2 decades of human resources experience, I have customer service experience. I have a lot of experience under my belt. And now that I've been in this space, all of the things that I'm learning YouTube, I'm learning um, entrepreneurship, the business side of things, looking at analytics and reports and things like that. So even though I'm learning all of these things, it's still hard for me to pinpoint and nail down something that I can do for myself or something that I can provide that I can source income from. So that's the other part of this too is even though I know myself to a degree, I'm learning that I don't know myself and that even though I'm learning all these new skills, for some reason I'm having a very difficult time nailing down what it is that I can put out there while I'm in this state of influx, something that can generate income. I don't know why I'm just having a really tough time trying to figure out what that is or what I could do. I guess it's just a part of me just always being my own worst critic. It takes a while for me to see in me what others see in me or what others tell me they see in me. This entire season that I'm in, navigating unemployment and this season of transformation has just been really tough. And I thought it was important for me to share my truth with you all because even though I am a positive person and I do preach positivity, life isn't all lollipops and rainbows. There are peaks and valleys, there are ups and downs. And I wanted to be transparent with you and share with you my valley, I guess, where I'm at. And I am still trying to be hopeful and I'm still trying to keep the faith and I'm still telling myself that everything's going to work out, but it's not easy to do that. And I don't want you guys to think that, oh, I just go about my days all happy go lucky all the time. Yes, I am a positive person overall, but I have days and times where the positivity dims a little bit. And I have days where I just want to be alone and where I just feel really depressed and I feel really unmotivated. And I think it's important to show both sides. I felt like it was important for me to share that with you all because I know that someone out there is going through the same thing. And I want them to know that they're not alone and that we are in this together. And if you are in a situation, a similar situation as me, please try to hang in there. I'm trying to hang in there, even though I know it's hard. It's very hard. I think deep down, we just have to try to keep the faith and know that there's a plan that we can't see and that everything does happen for a reason. And that on the other side of this, usually, at least in my experience, what's waiting for you is something completely unexpected and better than you probably could have ever imagined. But while you're in the space that you're in, and until you get there, you just have to try to hang on and keep going and just know that something will happen. If you're going through something like this, please comment below to let me know. I think we can probably lean on each other in these times. I think that's important to do. Also, if you guys have any suggestions about what I can maybe look into to try to generate income, I came across a video not that long ago, which helped me reframe my situation. And you guys know that I'm big on reframing and gaining different perspectives. But the video I came across basically said, you don't need a job, you need income. And that helped me reframe my situation because I think we are conditioned to a degree where we think of a job as our only way of generating income. And for most of us, that's true. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I think to look at it from a different perspective of there are other ways to generate income. It doesn't have to be just from, you know, finding employment somewhere. You can be creative and maybe you start your own business venture and you generate income that way. Or maybe you do gig work and you generate income that way. There are a lot of different things that you can do to generate income. And so I just wanted to share that with you too, because I found that interesting and it helped me change my perspective on this season that I'm navigating. I think that's all I wanted to share. I thought it was important to share my truth with you guys, raw and unfiltered, because like I said, life isn't all lollipops and rainbows. We're all going through something. And this is just something that I'm going through. And I just wanted to be fully transparent with you. If you have any comments, if you want to share your story with me, I'm happy to hear it. We can lean on each other. Let's continue to grow the community because life isn't easy. We're all going through something, we're all navigating something, and it may not necessarily be visible to everyone. So I think it's important to talk about these topics and talk about what we're struggling with because I think keeping it inside is not healthy. And at the end of the day, I think we're all just trying to do the best that we can with what we have. Like, comment, share this video if there's someone that is going through something similar that I'm going through. Please share it with them. I think the more that we share with people to let them know that they're not alone is super important. And if I can help one person, then that's my goal. Then I've achieved my goal. So thank you guys so much for listening to me. My channel is about being authentic and it's about life transitions and growth and belonging and all of the things that we struggle with, self-identity, self-worth, self-trust. And so I just felt it was super important for me to share my truth with you all. I will continue to share my truth with you all. Again, it's about the community and it's about helping one another. So thank you guys so much for listening. If you are not subscribed, this is my invitation to you to consider joining the collective by clicking on the subscribe button below. And I will see you on the next one.